You are now listening to On One Radio, the talk show podcast station, bringing you the realest entertainment information, music, lifestyle, and truth and comedy shows around. And this is Sister Talk. And I'm, of course, your host, Sister Such and Such. Thank you to all the new listeners and my own ones, day ones. All the information and resources on this podcast are based on the opinions of the host, unless otherwise noted. All information is intended to motivate, encourage, and inspire positive change and a healthier lifestyle. This podcast contains some quotations, images, and excerpts from copyrighted material. These uses fall well within the copyright doctrine of fair use. Fair use refers to the right to reproduce, use, and share. Tonight's show is a live broadcast. On One Radio's call-in number is 318-315-3971. Know that all calls are monitored and recorded for quality assurance purposes. Your continued participation in the phone call serves as express consent to be monitored and or recorded. Welcome. It's good to have everybody. It's Friday night. I hope y'all week has been pretty good. You done made it to Friday. Yeah. Now tonight's story is we got a couple of things going on. I know you read the title. You're like, what the hell is she talking about? Glitches, rolls, and bad dogs. That's what we talking about. Yeah, that's what we talking about tonight. Now, there's one question I always had this crazy thought. And I don't know if anybody else can, go with this one. Maybe thought it or had a dream about it or whatever. But, can a royal get fired from being a royal? It's just something I wondered. If anybody know, y'all let me know. Y'all can hit me up, 318-315-3971. You can send me an email on oneradio at talk@gmail.com or sister such and such at yahoo.com. Yes. I'm old, y'all don't pay me no mind. But I wondered. I really wondered about that. But it's some things going on with the royals. And we're going to talk about that. Now, Prince Andrew steps down from public duties amid Epstein scandal. Now, y'all remember we talked about Epstein, having meddlings and the whole shebang and shit he had going on. Well, let's call it a shitstorm because Epstein had a shitstorm going on. And, well, that shitstorm is widening the light because everybody that had anything to do with Epstein is being exposed. And see, I've been wondering for a while now, what would happen to a royal if they got into trouble? Like, they the royals, you would think that, like most other celebrities, they do what they could do to stay out of trouble. Or cover it up, or find loopholes, or whatever the case may be. But we got a royal here that's in trouble. Prince Andrew, he's getting into a lot of stuff. So, Prince Andrew, the Queen's second son, stepped down from his royal duties on Wednesday for the foreseeable future due to continuing controversy over his connection with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Now, Prince Andrew's decision to step back from public duties begs the question, what does a prince without a royal role actually do? And, well, more importantly, for British taxpayers, who pays for it? Now, Gloria Allred, a lawyer for several Epstein victims, said during a Thursday press conference that Prince Andrew should meet with FBI investigators as soon as possible. So it really begs the question of, Prince Andrew, now what you been up to since you ain't had no job? And it's steady streams of information coming in. Because you got the Epstein victims calling on the FBI to interview Prince Andrew. Which also begs the question how Prince Andrew's scandal could ruin daughters' royal roles. I mean, do they get kicked out? Do they actually get to go to jail? How do you fire one? You know what I'm saying? How do you fire one? Is there a way to fire them? And who gets to fire them? I don't know. It's just a question. How do you fire a royal? We're going to have to dig into that one a little bit further now. We're going to have to dig into that because that's an interesting one right there. How do you fire a royal? Yeah, we don't see it. Okay. Okay, so he done stepped back from public duties in the wake of the disastrous interview in which he failed to convincingly answer questions about his relationship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. What exactly that means is still unclear. The world is shocked. Let's just say that. But while there's no script here, a prince is born, not hired. The British royal family has always been very good at surveying their various options and cobbling together a solution that protects the crown. So the crown is the most important part of it to them. And the history of the United Kingdom is littered with princely brothers who were inconvenient, dangerous, or just plain bums and losers who required handling. That's messed up. They say required handling. So, once upon a time, the crown could simply disappear, execute, or outright murder a problematic royal. The most obvious motive was they are so wrong for this. Dynastic legitimacy. If a royal needed to kill a potential rival in order to bolster his or her claim to the throne, that's why rumors have swirled for centuries that Richard III had his nephews, the famous two princes in the Tower of London, murdered because their deaths were awfully convenient for his place on the family tree and looked to him like a way to tidy the mess of the Wars of the Roses. Well, it didn't work, and the Tudors ultimately got control in the end, despite a rather tenuous claim to the throne. You could die for less if you were a king's annoying adult brother, and he ran out of patience. Oh, that's real cold, but that's pretty much what that was. Just for real, off with they head. Boy, if that was still in act today for other countries to be like that, I think a lot of crime would stop. What y'all think? Y'all let me know. Now, the prince's other uncle, George, Duke of Clarence, was executed by their father for his scheming and weaseling around during the Wars of the Roses, supposedly. He was drowned in a jar of wine at his own request. Who the hell requests? This is some bullshit. Who the hell requests to be drowned in a jar of wine? How big was he? A thimble? Like, that shit don't even make sense. If not murder, then a royal could strongly encourage a potential rival to stay out of sight or else. So basically threaten their ass. Oh yeah, this is real professional how to get rid of a royal. This is crazy. Now, under her Catholic sister Mary's reign, when she could have easily found herself at the head of a Protestant uprising, Elizabeth I survived by keeping her head down. Even then, she had to do some time in the tower herself. Sometimes a potentially troublesome heir would up and die. Prince Eddie, grandson of Queen Victoria and her parent, to the philandering Bertie. Oh, they was cheating and whatnot. No, they don't like that neither, so you can't get away with that. Was a disappointment to his family on the basis of his lethargy. Even before rumors circulated in London that he'd been implicated in Cleveland Street scandal around an upscale brothel for gay men. Gets all nasty, don't it? I didn't know this was okay. Raw, uncut truth it is. But then he died from a case of the flu that turned into pneumonia, putting Elizabeth II's granddaughter on the throne instead. Even as recently as the turn of the 20th century, being an embarrassment to the British crown could be a matter of life and death. There was a window of time where the government of the United Kingdom likely could have rescued the Romanovs, even going so far as to offer to take them off Russian hands in the early days of the revolution. But George V's private secretary, Lord Stamfordham, was concerned about how it would play with the rested public in an age of revolution to host his cousin, to whom he bore a very close resemblance. Aw, shit. And the rest of his family and talked to George V into revoking their offer of asylum. One of the reasons Nicholas II met the firing squad that night in Siberia is that the Windsors ultimately watched their own backs. See, that just goes to show everybody is clicked up and everybody don't give a damn about nobody. Especially in the royal family. Well, if you want to read the rest of that and go further into that on how to fire a royal, you know what? I will leave that link in the description if you're listening and watching this on YouTube. If you go to Twitter, the story will be there if you follow me there. If you don't, follow me on Twitter. Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, WordPress. You know, all those good old things. Even on YouTube. The name over there is Tony on One. Now, let's move along to the glitches. Now, that's something you normally just wait and see in the movies. And I like horror movies and all type of stuff like that. So, glitches to me is something that happens in the movies. Not actually happen in real life. But apparently it's happening. Thousands of British Airways passengers were stuck on the ground for up to 24 hours after a computer glitch caused massive problems around the airline's network. Problems began Wednesday evening when pilots discovered they were unable to file their flight plans. The outage led to delays, which snowballed into cancellations, affecting flights to and from London's Gatwick and Heathrow's airport. Pilots were forced to plot their courses on old-fashioned charts before the system restored. Oh yeah, I know that caused some problems there. So we got glitches going on? I wouldn't want to be in the middle of that. In the worst case, 2 tropical flights, one from Cancun, Mexico, and another from Kingston, Jamaica, landed in London almost 24 hours late. Another flight from Pittsburgh landed about 12 hours late. A handful of flights were canceled altogether. One woman stated, the woman I spoke to said the flight plan generator had crashed. One passenger told the Daily Mail. It seemingly means pilots cannot get journey details and are left stranded. We should have taken off hours ago. It's chaos. I'm pretty sure that would be kind of chaotic because you're not expecting it. You're really not expecting it. And you want to get to where the hell you're trying to go, and that's got to be aggravating too. I can't see myself being stuck on no damn plane for 24 hours just stranded. You ain't flying, you just sitting there on the runway. Hell no, I'm going to be done. No, you're going to let me off this motherfucker now. We not going nowhere, we just sitting here. No, something ain't right, I'm on off the plane. You gonna let me off now. So I'm gonna get the farting and I'm gonna blow up the whole damn plane just by farting. Everybody knows her is gonna be singed. I can't do it. 24 hours on the damn runway? No. I'd have the bubble guts. Because I'd be so damn nervous. I really would. I can't do it. Yeah, could y'all do that? Just sitting there and not knowing what the hell is going on, but you feeling like something ain't right? That's a anxiety type of situation right there. I don't think I could. No, I can't do it. No, not even with a drink. No, I still can't do it. Well, I was thinking about it. Maybe with a drink or two, I could just, chill out and calm my nerves. No, that still ain't gonna do it. Because like I say, I watch horror movies. I like the horror movies now. And one of my favorites is Final Destination. So, no, I'd have a damn problem with it. I'll just outright be honest about it. I'd have a problem. Now, the airline said in a statement that it was experiencing a technical issue and that it had rebooked customers on alternate flights or provided hotel accommodations for those who were forced to stay overnight. Now, the incident follows an issue from the summer where the British Airways computer system also failed travelers. Another IT glitch in August forced the airline to cancel more than 100 flights, affecting thousands of passengers. And earlier this year, British Airlines was forced to cancel flights for 200,000 passengers when pilots were on their first strike in the airline's history. Okay, so British Airways, they having some problems. They gotta get it together now. Having folks sitting there like that, no, that's not cool. We can't be having that though. That's not gonna work. Okay, now we finna get to the BS of the day, or should I say, the dumbass section. Dummy. Now I've been guilty of this myself, but I didn't end up in the dummy section because my dog knew better.
Apparently there's a car going around by itself.
Here's some audio for y'all.
For the past hour in the cul-de-sac. You can see all the cops. Fire engine.
Now this is actual audio.
Jumping in and just stopping it.
It's just going around in a circle for an hour. Okay, so now this done happened. Now, Ann Sobel's cul-de-sac in Port St. Lucia, Florida, is fairly quiet. Well, it was until the dog hopped into its owner's running car, kicked it in reverse, drove in circles for an hour, and smashed the neighbor's mailbox before safely exiting the vehicle without so much as a scratch. But Sabu didn't know who was behind the wheel when she first spotted the car whirling around the block like an infant student driver might. She spoke and said, "At first I thought I saw somebody backing up, but then they kept going, and I'm like, okay, what are they doing?" She told CNN. Now the cops came, and then the fire department authorities watched from a distance as the driving dog did donuts. This is a driving dog, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. This is a bad dog. But the owner's bad too, because just like your dog jumped in there and took off in the car, that could have been a person. You don't leave your keys in there and just leave it running like that. I don't care if you just forgot something and you're running back in the house. That's a good way to get robbed. That's a good way for a dog to steal your car and go and do donuts in your cul-de-sac. That could have been a very bad situation. Now, finally the vehicle had a mailbox and some garbage cans, then slowed down. And the officer opened the door, and Sambu watched as a large black Labrador retriever hopped out of the driver's seat. So it turns out the dog's owner, who asked to remain anonymous, had left his car running in the street when the dog changed the gears and didn't stop driving for almost an hour. the police stated. The community escaped injuries save for the mail, except for the mailbox, which the dog's owner promised to fix. As for the pup, it's impossible to know its thoughts behind the wheel. Did it jump at the chance to joyride and get a fleeting taste of freedom? Or was this all a harrowing accident as the dog felt all control slip through its paws? Yeah, that dog gonna need a license. He gonna need driving school first. And we're just not gonna be doing that. Because just like the dog could have been a kid also. So that's a lesson for them. That is a major lesson for them. We can't be letting dogs steal the cars. All type of shit is happening in Florida. Florida, what's going on with you? There's a lot happening everywhere, but damn, Florida, you got a lot more coming up out of you. You really do. So y'all be careful now. You know, if you're going to be flying, watch the glitching airplane systems. And if you're wondering about how do you fire a royal, can a royal get fired? You're finding information. Let our sister such and such know. You can leave me an email or a message, or you can call and leave me a message, you know. Sister such and such at yahoo.com, on one radio talk at gmail.com. You can even email Tony on one Spreaker at gmail.com. I'll make sure to get it. Now, if it's about 9:27 right about now, and it's Friday, and I hope y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Now, don't forget now. Y'all listening? You listening good? Okay, good. So don't forget. It's Friday. If you don't want no problems, stay your ass out of jail. Because, you know, the courts don't open till Monday. So you definitely don't want to be in there. You don't. I'm just telling you the truth. You don't want to be in there. Have fun. Be safe on your weekend. Smile. Do something for somebody. But don't let nobody fuck up your weekend. I'm telling you. Have fun. Be safe and stay out of jail or the cemetery. And remember, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, well, then it's a fucking duck. Yeah. So y'all remember that and don't get fooled now. Taking them wooden nickels and shit. That ain't cool. Y'all sit back and chill this weekend. You have been listening to On One Radio, the talk show podcast station. This has been Sister Such and Such with Sister Talk. If you're looking for more, you can find me over on YouTube. The name is Tony on One. Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, WordPress. Y'all like, subscribe, follow, give your old girl a shout out. Big shout out to my family over there on YouTube. Easy School Bus Driver Love the Kids, SP News Nuggets, and y'all for loving me. Till next time.